them to report endless bomb attacks. This is on the on the top 5, and they're killing the fucking terrorists on S Street. Slaughter, dude. So that's why I wrote what I wrote about, and then I'm getting strong green lights from my guardian angel. My guardian angel that made me born resistant to fucking chemical weapons. Thank you. Thank you, God. And thank you, God, for sending the special forces to protect me, because there's been tons of stuff that I could not have survived on my own in here. So they're slaughtering terrorists today, and this is the first time I could speak one word about anything, and that's because of the special forces. I know that's just inductive, but I still need to say it. And every time I went into that room or anywhere since yesterday, the bathroom, they're just sending the bomb ignition from the cell phones, which I cannot talk about. I haven't been able to talk about those for multiple months. 2, 3, I don't know anymore. It's not that I forget, it's just I'm not keeping track right now. That's abstract. The bomb plots today are going to the roof, to the sky and back. Every time I move around, they're sending them. And they're killing fucking terrorists in this house and up and down the street. They've been doing that since I was aware this morning. I cannot leave this room from fear of my life whatsoever, at all commanded. I'm not surprised at all. I couldn't say a word about anything that was going on. People are trying to blow me up, and you can't fucking say anything. And that's why you hear how angry I am, because you're darn right. I'm not directing this anger at a particular person or a particular group of people. I'm just fucking furious. I've got motherfuckers making bombs trying to blow me up in a room that I can't come out of for fear of my life for darn good reason. And I'm not supposed to say anything? But yeah, God wants me to keep living like this every day, dude. Every day I'm still here. Every day they're still making attempts on my life. Every day God says, don't do anything. Let the special forces handle it. I'm not going to start digging up the floor. I'm not going to take down terrorists in here. I'm going to let the special forces handle this. Okay? The poison, thank God I don't get sick from it, but that's what I mean. Like, this has to stop. These fuckers are gonna stop fucking making me sick. And I want out of the United States. I tried to leave the United States in 2018, and I was shat on. I went to England and I had their bobbies tried to kill me there. I was completely shit on in Europe. Not anybody offered any assistance, any helping hand, and I was a literal refugee. I was literally persecuted by my government, but who came to help? Not anybody in the West. Not one motherfucker from the West ever stood up. But I can't say that because half these special forces are U.S. military. Me and the U.S. military, without a doubt, have been defending our lives and our families, and we've been fighting for our lives. And I know they have to, and a lot of them have little kids at home. I don't know how they've been handling and managing that, but you have to respect them for that. And here I am, and my first thought is, I don't get COVID. Oh no, I don't get this shit. No, I know that. It's been proven back and forth in here. I don't get sick with chemical weapons, and what is it? What am I here for? Because there's got to be something the doctors could find in me to help the kids of these vets not get COVID, not get chemical sick. What about these kids on the earth? Why am I just in here? Like, completely useless. just a fucking pawn waiting to get blown up. Okay? I need some purpose here for why I was born and immune to things. The time for logic must start happening. There's too many motherfucking psychotics around me, and it's really wearing me out. Nobody knows what they're doing. They're too fucking crazy to have any plan. They just do the same thing every day, and part of that is kill anyone that they feel like because they have some license to do it. And then they chop up the bodies. Like, this is so foul. But it never stops. I have evidence, and I don't need to present my evidence. What I need to do is give my cell phone and everything I've ever done in here, hand it over to these Navy SEALs. And I need to keep helping them get the fuck into this terror cell. And I know that's what God is really telling me. So that's why he's telling me, don't do anything, just fucking sit in here. All they do is try to blow me up, and this blowing me up thing has been like top 5 today, okay? It takes a real toll on me. I cannot come out of the room. Oh fuck no, I would be killed. Nobody comes to help. But that's not true. That's not true. I don't talk about what I see and hear the military doing. They're fucking here. I know, it's horrible. It's horrible that they cannot raid a terror cell. A fucking Middle Eastern terror cell in the capital. Look, this is over the United States government. And then I sit in here. I mean, these are my thoughts in here, folks, if you want to know. My other thoughts are, I'm really worried about the migrants. They're coming, they're trapped in Mexico. It's going to be just as bad there as it is here with the war. Oh, fuck, forget it. The war is coming anytime. They're slaughtering people here on S Street. It's getting really preamp. And then I just think, I wish I spoke Spanish. I hope I'm communicating enough to them. If I only spoke Spanish, I have all these thoughts. These are the thoughts I have in here, folks. When people are trying to kill me, these are some of my thoughts. I hope it gives you insight. But it doesn't matter. It won't change Americans. They'll never do anything to help anyone else. The Americans have to go. You cannot have anyone like that on the planet that's that self-fucking-centered. Do you know how fucking evil the Americans are? I'm no ever changing my mind. You don't fucking care here about anyone else. I fucking worry about the migrants coming to a country like theirs. But I know that half of these Americans die in the war they started. There are tens of millions of Americans doomed for death. And I worry about the migrants being caught in that, and they can't run to Mexico. They have nowhere to go. They're like me, but they're fucking outside. And then I think this is what happened. These elite fascist individuals on the earth en masse, like it's not just a small group, hoarded all the money and all the food, and they've put people like me and these Latino and Latinas in Latin America and other countries. They put us into complete and utter poverty. They're taking your children and making them work at McDonald's at 10 years old. They're putting you to work to scrub their toilets. This society that they have made is doomed for death. It could be ours. Then they put someone like me that's putting every location known to God's earth on the internet to their fucking war plans. That's my job, folks, and I do it. And then they try to poison me for it, and look, presto, I don't get sick with those either. Oh, and look, give me COVID. They did that to me a million times back and forth in here. Look, I don't get that either. Everything I fucking told these motherfucking animals in the United States, I proved it, right? I've known since I was 18 the Iranian government nukes our country. It's so fucking horrifying when they do it, trust me. These evil bastards should never have access to weapons like that. These evil bastards are right hand in hand with the U.S., Jack and Jill. These kind of people should not have ever had weapons like they have. And they're going to destroy cities with it. And the city they do it to is New York. And then there's some on the West Coast and the Midwest. It's a fucking disaster. And I worry about the migrants. I don't worry about the Americans. It's been 5 years, too many fucking years. They're slaughtering them on our street. They're making top 5 bomb attempts on my life. I am trapped in this room for fear of my life. I do not know what I'll smell when I go out there. But I can tell you, when I did this morning, it was level 3 pushing 4 fucking chemical explosives. I'll never forget it. A terrorist racing back and forth is all they do. They're dropping them. Boom. Boom. Slamming doors, trying to get me to talk so they can come fucking Allah Akbar me in here. And you know, I think I don't ever want to come back to the United States. I can't. After this much cannibalism. The frying fuckers up in here, and the U.S. enlisted service members were crawling in cubby holes in here for months, working with them. And the Ukrainian, I think the fucking, some of the straggler, like they just don't know when to leave. Ukrainian enlisted military is still around, crawling in cubby holes to help people who fry up human organs and ingest them. That's what's going on in my capital. I worry about the migrants, you are right. And I think I'm going to leave because I don't ever want to come back or be in any country like this ever again. I have been abused all my life since I was born here by the KKK people, who I happen to be related to, and then locked into a terrorist cell for 3 of those years of my life by the same people, and my head almost cut off every day, and smelling human organs and people being killed and sawed up, and it's just been too much. I never want to ever come back to the United States. When they get in here, the Navy SEALs has to make it possible that I can just fucking leave, so psychologically I can start to recover. And I don't think I can ever be convinced to come back here. I don't see that right now, and I certainly don't feel it. And then I think, you're gonna leave all these migrants? You told them to come here? You tell them you're part of the government and you never come fucking back? And then I think, did I communicate enough to them? If I only spoke fucking Spanish, and then what are you gonna do? Speak Spanish to them from Europe? Come on, man. What are you doing? What does God even want me to do? I don't know. I'm in crisis, you are right. Try letting me out of a room. Try getting in a terrorist cell. Try taking out the ISIS and the Hezbollah that are in my capital, attacking my country. And I can't talk to the Navy SEALs like that because I know that they're doing this, okay? Oh my God, back and forth. You can see what they do if you just come here. I just can't talk about it. Look, if there's nukes that start dropping really soon because the way they're killing the people here, it might be really going down soon. I just want everybody, there are some good Americans. I mean, the Navy SEALs are U.S. military, so they have U.S. relatives. I mean, I know that, okay? I know that. So for the good Americans, which I don't think there's many, no, they have proven to the world and they have proven to me that there is a very small minority in number of good Americans. But for those small minorities that you can't say they're not there, please be careful. This has gone over 14 minutes. I'll extend it on the Instagram. There'll be 2 segments. Please be fucking careful. Okay? And I don't know, for the migrants, I'm sorry. I wish I could say this in Spanish, but I need some time away from here. I grew up in a Christian fucking cult until I was 7 with these KKK people who thought the black people were the devil and Jewish people were the devil, and they had guns and horses until I was 7. And then I moved to the urban city, okay? But it was still with the same biological mother. And the same family, right? Just didn't live in the house with all the Christian camps. Same aunt, who's the sister of the mother. I have so much fucking trauma issues from this family, and then these fucker motherfuckers motherfuckers. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as the U.S. Navy SEALs are concerned, they participated in locking me up in a goddamn ISIS terrorist cell. Oh, they sure fucking did. Okay, this trauma and fucking grief and misery and just hell that I've had to live as an American started at day one when I was born. My dad wasn't even there. I did not even know my dad until I was goddamn how old? 12. He's not my dad. I met him once. That's not a dad. You need to figure out what the fucking definition of some of this fucking shit is. Alright? My mother abandoned me at birth too. She gave me to their grandma. I drank powdered milk, and they were around. Yeah, they were around in the house and around, but she wasn't a mother. Definition? No. Abuser? Yeah. Down the checklist. And then I feel guilty. Because at 30, I tried to have a fucking relationship with her. Because in AA, they say you need to mend all these relationships. And then my counselor was like, you really shouldn't. She's the abuser. This contradicts any fucking recovery you're making from trauma. But I really wanted to get sober. And what did I get from the Americans? When I got sober and I have like a decade, well, it's 16 years, but I relapsed. And so I have a decade. What did I get from them? I still get told I'm a piece of shit and I deserve to have my head cut off in a fucking room. And that the cops are gonna fucking do everything they can to make sure these killers get the job done. That's what the Americans said. No matter what I fucking did. Sober up, go to college, do, goddamn, man. You can't win with them, okay? So I don't think I can come back here. I want the fuck out of the United States. I want people to stop trying to blow me fucking up in here, or I'm gonna take matters into my own hands, all right? I'm not gonna yell anymore, but I'm doing this with my ears plugged. What do you think? Where do you think I am? I hope this guy over, even though it's not in Spanish. Migrants, you're on my mind. And God willing that I do leave the United States, I don't know if I can leave forever. That's really fucked up. While all of the migrants are here and all these Americans are fucking getting killed because they deserved it, because they're traitors to their country. And they set up all these people for fucking ethnic cleansing and for an Allah Akbar takeover by Iranian fucking guard. No, the Americans die for that fucking cause. They started a war. They're making bombs in houses, playing with poison like candy. There are consequences for the schizos here. And I worry about the freaking migrants. They're a lot like me. You're right. They're caught up in this. I just don't know. I gotta get out of here, though. I can't stay here. But what am I gonna do? Speak Spanish on YouTube to them? I just don't fucking know anymore. I'm gonna go. It's been 20 minutes. I really needed to say this. They're trying to blow my ass up in here. It's top 5. I can't say how. I don't have to say how. And I can't because there's military all over this house. They're trying to get into the terrorist cell. When I went out, it smelled like explosives, almost level 4. There's terrorists that have been getting killed in here and dropping and racing around and everything else and just not bypassing it. It's absolutely horrifying. And on top of that, I've been trapped in my main room most of the fucking day. Not only can I not come out of my room, but I'm trapped in my main room that faces the alley. All right, bye.